Good afternoon, everyone. You all welcome to the Department of English. Today we are holding departmental seminar. Every year we hold departmental seminar for PG students of previous year and final year. So here we have students from previous year and final year as well. So they would all present their papers on different topics. They've chosen paper 1. As far as previous students are concerned, and those who are there from final year have chosen a paper 5th A, that is linguistics paper. You all welcome to this room. Well, this seminar presentation is important for students because this gives you confidence. This removes the stage fear that you have. You know how to speak, because those who do MA in English usually go for teaching professions. So a teacher has to be a good speaker, in fact. He should be able to communicate well. So this makes you we have a literary forum as well. This makes you a good communicator. Right? So with that intention, we hold these seminar presentations there in the department. And here we are holding this departmental seminar on paper 1, as I told you. Paper 1, that is grammar, phonology and morphology. So without wasting any more time, I would like to straight away begin with Pooja Sharma. Pooja Sharma is the first presenter. Pooja Sharma is speaking on the topic, the organs of speech. She would present her presentation on organs of speech. You know, when we speak, different organs are being used in speaking, like, your tongue especially. So she will tell us what are the organs of speech. Pooja Sharma, please come to the dais.
Hello everyone, myself Pooja Sharma. And first of all, I want to say thank you to the teachers and the all student teachers, because to giving me the opportunity for giving the presentation here. Without wasting the time, I would like to present first of all my presentation, then we'll discuss on this topic later. Shall I start, sir?
Yes.
Tell me, can everyone hear the voice?
Okay, we can see your screen, Pooja. Yes, the organs of speech.
I'm the student of ambiguous. Hello everyone.
So, can I show this way, sir?
Yeah.
Pooja. Today I am going to present on the topic of the origin.
I hope you can all see her screen.
I'm the student
She's
of
showing the picture of the mouth, okay?
And I'm
The
going
tongue
to
especially.
present on this topic under the guidance
You speak
of
yourself,
Dr.
okay?
Akram Farid.
Or you should be your own. I mean, usually speak. Don't use the laptop or something.
All right, sir.
If I ask you, well, what are the organs of speech? Can anyone would tell me, like, what are the organs of speech? Yes. What are the organs of speech? What organs do we use when we speak, when we communicate? Tongue, very good. Yes. Okay. Now, you know how many parts are there of tongue? Tongue is divided into 3 parts: front, middle, and the back part. Right.
Yeah.
Besides, we make use of our lips also, like for the sounds like ma, wa, ba. See, your lips are being connected here. So you have passive articulation as well as yes, active articulation. Just it's not required to show even. You just speak. Speak.
All right, sir. Okay.
Okay. Because they will not be able to see in fact what have you written there. So you speak out. Okay.
All right, sir. Okay. So I'm going to present on the topic, the organ of speech. What is organ of speech? The various organs of our mouth we use to produce speech sounds are called the organs of speech or speech organs. Speech organs or articulators produce the sounds of language. Organs used for speech include the lips, teeth, alveolaris, hard palate, velum, soft palate, vulva, glottis, and various parts of the tongue. They can be divided into two types, passive articulate and active articulators.
What are passive articulators?
Passive articulators like F, V, and the other forms of like teeth and other organs. It can be many ways. Like the study of speech sounds essentially important for getting the fundamental idea about producing speech sounds. The various organs work in different ways to produce speech sounds, just like alveolaris and hard palate, upper lip, soft palate, lower lip, uvula, lower lip, back, teeth, and middle and the front. So now comes to the lips. Talking about the lips. So the two lips serve for creating different sounds, mainly the biliable. For example, P, B, M, H, W, and the W. And labiodental consonant sounds, for example, F and V, and thus create an important part of the speech apparatus.
She was telling you about bilabial. Bilabial, bi means two and labial means lips, where two lips are used while you pronounce some words. Bilabial. She was telling you that pa, ba are the bilabial sounds. Yes.
Yeah, and I just talk about the lips, and now I'm coming to the other part, which is teeth. The upper and the lower teeth are used to produce a lot of speech sounds, especially dental and labiodental consonants. For example, to produce the dental th and the tongue tip is pushed between the upper and lower front teeth, and to produce the labiodentals F, V, the upper front of teeth are brought into contact with the lower lip. And now comes to the tongue. What is the role of tongue in pronunciation? So the tongue is the most important articulator in the speech organs. It moves in different ways, in different shapes to produce speech sounds. Tongue is divided into 5 parts, namely tip, blade, front, back, and the root. And now comes alveolar ridge. The alveolar ridge includes the area between the upper front teeth and the hard palate. It comes under like this way. To produce alveolar consonant sounds such as T, D, I, N, S, and Z, the alveolar ridge and the blade of tongue are used. And hard palate. What is the role of hard palate and where it is existed? A thin horizontal bone palate of the skull located in the roof of the mouth. The interaction between the tongue and the hard palate is essentially in the formation of certain speech sounds, notably T, D, and I. And soft palate or velum. It should have holes forming that function during a speech to separate the oral cavity, which is mouth, from the nose in order to produce the oral speech sounds. If this separation is incomplete, air escapes through the nose during a speech and the speech is perceived as hypernasal. And pharynx. The pharynx is like a tube beginning just above the larynx and ending two parts. The structure that holds and manipulates the vocal cords, the Adam's apple in males, is the bump formed by the front part of the larynx. And uvula. It functions in tandem with the back of the throat, the palate, and air coming up from the lungs to create a number of guttural and other sounds. In many languages, it closes to prevent air escaping through the nose when making some sounds. Last but not the least, glottis. Combination of vocal folds and space in between the folds. As the vocal folds vibrate, the resulting vibration produced a buzzing quality to the speech called voice or voicing or pronunciation. Sounds prediction involving only the glottis is called glottal. For example, is the sound H. Thank you so much. This is the end of the presentation.
Thank you so much, Pooja Sharma. This was a wonderful presentation by Pooja Sharma. She spoke about organs of speech. Now you know that what are organs of speech. She talked about tongue, lips, hard palate, soft palate, larynx, epiglottis, and glottis. So many things she talked about. Now that was really a great presentation. Okay, now the second participant is Rupesh Kumar. Rupesh Kumar is from MAPVS, and he would present his topic on different concepts and notions. Different concepts and notions. You know, these concepts and notions are very important. Why? Because they give you an idea how to speak, how to make a request, how to give an order. Because sometimes it happens, you know, when our selection of words is not proper. Sometimes we make a request, but it seems like an order. So how can you differentiate between these two? Okay, so this improves your spoken English as well. So you should be good at these concepts and notions. And here is Rupesh, who will tell about different concepts and notions. Please come here.
Good afternoon to all. Today we are discussing about the topic of different concept of the paper first. And thank you so much, sir, to give me a chance. So let's start the topic. My topic is the different concept. The first is the ability. There are
just a moment. Do not hesitate. Okay, I ordered the tea for you only. Please stay. Okay. Yeah. This is seminar. This is not a classroom. Here we are having, informal as well as formal. It's a fusion of the two.
The first element of this topic is the ability. Ability is do work who is able. There are many examples of my notes. She can swim like a fish. She is able to swim like a fish. And the second example of the question was so difficult that I could not answer it. So the question is so difficult who am not able to answer, who not give the answer of this question. Alia can swim well. Alia is able to swim in the water well. He is over 80 but can still read without glasses. He is 80 over but he is not able to read without glasses. He is 3 years. The next example of this he is 3 years old but cannot speak yet. He is not able to speak properly. The next concept of this topic is
It was talking about concept of ability. Ability, okay? Ability means, like, if you are able to do something, that is ability. Means you can write, you can read, you can speak English. So this is what do we use? What model do we use here? Can. This is what he was talking about. Yes.
And the second topic of this concept requests. The first example of this concepts, would you please open the door? Here a person who requested to another person open the door for me. Can you open the door for me? And the next example is the would you mind show me your photo album please. A person, a teacher who tells the other person who show your photo album. And the next example of the could you please take off your raincoat. The rain is stopped, you can take off your raincoat. The next example of this concept is would you please take me to the dentist. And the next would you get me a glass of water please. You can when you go your relatives home and then you give then you are thirsty and then you give yes, you can offer a glass of water to your guests and your friends who comes at your home. So these examples are expression the requests. And the third is orders and commands. And then you shall go to your room. And thou shalt, here thou means you. Thou shalt not steal. Sir, can I speak in Hindi? यहाँ पे दाऊ जो यूज़ किया गया है वो यहाँ पर यू के लिए यूज़ किया गया है कि वो आपसे बता रहा है कि दाऊ शाल्ट नॉट स्टिल है यार कि आप यहाँ पर नहीं ठहर सकते. Shut up. This is order. And you shall do as I say कि तुम वैसा ही करोगे जैसा मैं कहूँगा. Okay sir. So the next concept of this topic is condition. If you don't your homework, you cannot go out to play. When your mom to say to you कि if you don't do your homework, you cannot go out to play. And unless you do your homework, you cannot go out to play. As the same, you will pass if you study well. Everyone to say to you कि you will pass if you study well. And I would do it if very allowed. You shall be awarded a gold medal if you get the first rank. And the next topic of this concept is purpose. Purpose means uddeshya. Everyone did this best to finish the work. And the next example of this, she is working hard so that the may get a merit scholarship. And we eat so that we may live. You can you eat the food. You eat so that we may live. We add the food because we are alive, do works, and etc. They sacrificed their lives so that we might bathe in the free country. And the next point is possibility. The first example of this topic is if the sky is clear, you should be able to see the Eid creation from your terrace. And the next is he will be here at any moment. And the third is my car key would be in your room because I did not go anywhere else. So thank you.
This was Rupesh Kumar from ME Previous, who was presenting his paper on different concepts and notions. He was telling you what words are to be used. There are, particular words which are used for a notion, for a concept. Like he said, for ability you use can, and when you're talking about purpose, then you use so that. Okay, this is what. And when you're giving an order, then you use shall with you. You shall not do it. You shall be punished. So this is an order. Thank you so much, Rupesh. Now, the next participant that we have is Harshita Dikshit. Harshita Dikshit will speak on phonology and morphology. Phonology and morphology are two important topics of linguistics. We have phonology and linguistics not only in MA previous, we have it in MA final year as well. And this is very important, for improving your pronunciation. Because, most of us can communicate in English, but our pronunciation is faulty, and that is why we are not understood by the native speakers of English. I mean, people from England, they do not understand us, although we speak very good English. Why? Because our pronunciation is faulty. So in order to make your pronunciation good, faultless, you have to practice the phonetic symbols that we have there in the seminar here. Okay, you have vowels, consonants, and diphthongs. But today, Harshita will talk in general on phonology and morphology. Please, Harshita, come to the dais. And here I would like to tell you, please come here. Yes, phonetics is a common word. Okay, it has got a big canvas. And phonology is when you're talking about a single language. Then we call it phonology. This is the difference. Yes, Harshita.
Hello everyone, myself Harshita. My topic is phonology and morphology of English language. Phonology refers to the division of linguistic concern with the language sound systems. Morphology is the study of the structure of words as a branch of linguistics, and the order of words in a sentence and the agreement of words when they are used together are the main concerns of syntax. Morphology. Morphology is defined as a branch of biology that studies the external and internal structures of living things. Morphology is the study of words. Morphemes are the minimal units of words that have a meaning and cannot be subdivided further. There are two main types, free and bound. Free morphemes can occur alone, and bound morphemes must occur with another morpheme. An example of a free morpheme is bad, and an example of a bound morpheme is lee. It is bound because although it has meaning, it cannot stand alone. It must be attached to another morpheme to produce a word. Phonology. Phonology is the branch of linguistics that study how languages or dialects systematically organize their sounds, or for sign languages, they constitute parts of signs. The term can also refer specifically to the sound or sign system of a particular language variety. At one time, the study of phonology related only to the study of the systems of phonemes in spoken languages, but may now relate to any linguistic analysis either. Phonology called. Phonology is typically defined as the study of speech sounds of a language or languages and the laws governing them, particularly the laws governing the composition and combination of speech sounds in language. Aim of phonology. The aim of phonology is to discover the principles that govern the way sounds are organized in languages and to explain the variations that occur. We begin by analyzing an individual language to determine which sound units are used and which patterns they form, the language's sound system. Thank you.
Thank you, Harshita. Harshita was talking about phonology and morphology, and in fact, you must have understood what is morphology. Morphology is formation of words. What is it? Formation of words. She was talking about bound morpheme and free morpheme. Free morpheme are morphemes which occur alone. Like she gave example, bad, or say happy, or say friend. Now these are complete words. They can occur alone. As far as bound morphemes are concerned, they cannot occur alone. Okay, they need a free morpheme to stand with. Like, you have un happy, unhappy. Un is bound. It cannot occur alone. It has no meaning at all. It has a meaning only when it is attached to a free morpheme. Very nice. This was a good presentation, Harishita. Thank you so much. Now I call upon Priya Yadav. Priya Yadav would speak on theme writing. Theme writing is an important topic in MA Previous, and students should make practice of this. Okay, please come.
Good afternoon everyone, myself Priya Yadav. The topic of my presentation is theme writing. Firstly, I am telling you what is theme writing. Theme writing involves writing on a specific topic, subject or theme. It requires the writer to have a clear understanding of the subject matter and to develop a coherent and structured piece of writing that expresses their thoughts, ideas and opinions. The writer must also have a firm grasp of the language, grammar and punctuation to convey their message effectively. Okay, the second most important point, that what is the importance of theme writing? Theme writing is essential for academic, personal and professional growth. In academics, students are often asked to write essays, research papers and other assignments on a specific theme or subject. Writing on a theme requires students to conduct in-depth research, develop critical thinking skills and express their thoughts clearly and concisely. It also enables them to improve their writing skills and become better communicators. In personal and professional life, writing on a theme is equally important. It enables individuals to convey their message effectively, whether it is in the form of an email, a report or a proposal. Good writing skills can help individuals to stand out in the workplace, build their reputation as an expert in their field and create a lasting impression on their audience. Okay, the next point is tips for effective theme writing. Understand the theme. The first step in theme writing is to understand the subject matter. It is essential to read these instructions carefully, research the topic and develop a clear understanding of the theme. Second is brainstorming. Once you have a clear understanding of the theme, brainstorming is the next step. It involves jotting down your thoughts, ideas and opinions related to the theme. This helps in organizing your thoughts and developing a structure for your writing. Okay, outline, the third point. After brainstorming, develop an outline for your writing. An outline helps in structuring your writing and ensure that you do not deviate from the theme. The fourth point is research. Conduct in-depth research on the topic to gather relevant information, statistics and facts. Use credible sources such as books, journals and scholarly articles to gather information. Fifth point is use language effectively. Use language effectively to convey your message. Use precise words, avoid jargon and write in a clear and concise manner. And last, edit and proofread. Once you have completed your writing, edit and proofread it to ensure that it is error-free. Check for grammar, punctuation and spelling errors and make necessary correction. And the final conclusion of my topic. In conclusion, writing on a theme is an essential skill that requires a high level of creativity and mastery of the language. It is important for academic, personal and professional growth and enables individuals to communicate their message effectively. By following the tips outlined in the presentation, individuals can develop their writing skills and become effective communicators. Thank you everyone.
It was a beautifully written presentation by Priya Yadav on theme writing, and I would appreciate her voice quality as well. She was very clear, very articulate and very confident, very poised. This is how a communicator should be. Okay. Now the next participant is Pooja Jangir. Pooja Jangir would speak on elements of sentence. I hope you know what are elements of sentence. Subject plus verb plus object plus complement plus adjunct. These are the major 5 components or elements of a sentence. Okay, this is something very important. You have it in fact, undergraduate. You have it at the undergraduate level as well as in MA Previous. Okay, so Pooja Jangir would tell us about elements of a sentence. Please come, Pooja.
First of all, good afternoon respectful teachers and my classmates. My name is Pooja Jangad and I am here for present my presentation on elements of English. This is a very basic and important topic for any language. So there is my presentation. First of all, I'll tell you about what is a sentence. First, let us define what a sentence is. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. It typically contains a subject and a verb and may also include object, modifier and other elements. So firstly, I tell you about the subject. The most basic element of a sentence is the subject. The subject is the person, place, thing or idea that the sentence is about. It usually appears at the beginning of the sentence and is followed by the verb. For example, in the sentence, John ate a sandwich. John is the subject. Second one is the verb. The verb is the action or state of being that the subject performs. It is the second most important element of a sentence after the subject. Verbs can be in different tenses and forms, such as past, present, or future, and can be regular or irregular. In the sentence, John ate a sandwich, ate is the verb. Third one is objects. Objects are elements that receive the action of a verb. In a sentence with a transitive verb, transitive verb means a verb that requires an object. The object typically follows the verb. For example, in the sentence, John ate a sandwich, sandwich is the object. For my fourth subtopic is modifiers. Modifiers are words or phrases that describe provide additional information about other elements in the sentence. They can include objective, adverb and prepositional phrases. For example, in the sentence, Joe ate a delicious sandwich quickly. Delicious and quickly are modifiers. My fifth topic is the complement. Another important element of a sentence is the complement. A complement is a word or phrase that completes the meaning of a sentence. There are two types of complements, direct and indirect. A direct complement follows a transitive verb and completes the action of the verb, while an indirect complement follows a linking verb and describes the subject. For example, in the sentence, John is the teacher. Teacher is the direct complement. While in the sentence, John seems happy. Happy is an indirect complement. Sixth one is clauses. Lately we have a clause. A clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb and expresses the complete thought. Clauses can be either independent or dependent. An independent clause can stand alone as a complete sentence, while a dependent clause cannot. For example, in the sentence, after John ate a sandwich, he went for a walk. After John ate a sandwich is a dependent clause, while he went for a walk is an independent clause. Then, understanding these elements of a sentence is important for several reasons. First, it can help us to construct well-formed and grammatically correct sentences. By knowing what the subject, verb, and other elements of a sentence are, we can make sure that our sentence makes sense and convey the meaning that we want. Second, understanding the element of a sentence can help us to vary our sentence structure and improve the flow of our writing. By using different types of verb, subject, modifier and clauses, we can create sentences that are more interesting and engaging to read. Finally, understanding the element of a sentence can help us to identify and correct errors in our writing. By knowing what each element of a sentence is supposed to do, we can more easily spot mistakes such as subject-verb agreement, errors, and misplaced modifiers. So, lastly, my conclusion is, in conclusion, the elements of a sentence are the building blocks of written communication. By understanding the subject, verb, object, modifier, complements and clauses that make up a sentence, we can construct well-formed and grammatically correct sentence. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Pooja Jagir, for giving a very nice presentation on elements of sentence. Now, whichever competition you go for, you have elements of sentence there. Okay? And if you know elements of a sentence like subject, verb, object, complement, and adjunct, you will be able to write well and also communicate well. Because this is the basic structure of a sentence of English language in fact. And if you know this structure, then only you can write well, write correctly, I must say. Without it, you cannot write correctly. This is what she was telling us. So you must master this concept, this topic. Now the next participant, and he happens to be the last participant for today. This is Amit Kumar from MA final year. Amit Kumar would speak on significance of linguistics. He would speak on significance of linguistics. Linguistics is a very important field of study. Very important field. Under linguistics, we have phonetics, morphology, and phonology, and so many other fields. So he would talk about the major concept, linguistics.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself is Amit Kumar. I want to talk about my topic is significance of linguistics. Linguistics is the scientific study of language. The study of linguistics gives us a unique window into the structure of human minds and minds activity. Linguistics provides us with an understanding of the unconscious knowledge that humans have about language, how humans acquire language, the general and specific structure of language, how languages vary, how language influences how humans interact with each other and think about the world, etc. In other words, linguistics is the scientific study of language and its structure, including the analysis of language patterns, rules of sentence structure, speech sounds and transmission, how we hear words and different interpretations of
Can you keep the mic more closely?
Close to your mouth. Louder.
of the meaning we attach to those words. In addition, it describes how other languages build sounds and words and sentences. Linguistics enable us to compare the words and structure of various languages. We come to a greater understanding of the world we live in. Apart from simply understanding the intricacies of world language, knowledge of linguistics can improve communication between people, improve pronunciation, contribute to translation activities, assist in literacy efforts, and treat speech disorders. And of course, linguistics training is also valuable for studying and learning languages. Linguistics provide insight into one of the most intriguing aspects of human knowledge and behavior. Linguistics means learning about many aspects of human language, including sound, phonetics, phonology, words, morphology, sentences, syntax, and meaning, semantics. In addition, it can involve looking at how languages change over time, historical linguistics, how language varies from situation to situation, group to group, place to place, sociolinguistics, dialectology, how people use language in context, pragmatics, discourse analysis, how to model aspect of language acquisition, and how people process language, psycholinguistics, experimental linguistics. Thus, the field of linguistics is incredibly varied. Phonetics, phonology, sociolinguistics, and morphology all focus on different aspects of linguistics, and all require a slightly different skill set. Linguistics investigate how people acquire knowledge about language, how it interacts with other thought process, how we varies between speakers and geographic regions, and how to model this knowledge computationally. In addition, they study how to represent the structure of various aspects of language, such as sounds or meaning, explain different linguistics patterns theoretically, and how different components of languages interact with each other. Linguistics is equally essential to language teacher who provide instruction on the English language. Linguistics helps students understand regional dialects and colloquialisms. It also helps students identify the origins of sayings and phrases that have evolved over time but may not have relevance or meaning in contemporary society. Linguistics can also help guard against self-embarrassment using common words but have a historical context that may make them inappropriate or insulting in polite society. Linguistics is the study of language and as such is of great importance to language teachers. Linguistics helps teachers convey the origins of words and language, their historical applications and their modern day relevance. Combined, this approach to teaching language helps students gain a better, more in-depth understanding of their assignments and work product expectations. When a language teacher provides instruction on writing and composition, understanding linguistics is essential in helping student compose its intended effect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amit. Amit was from MA final year. He was telling you about what is linguistics and what are the benefits of studying linguistics. It was really a very wonderfully written paper. Thank you so much, Amit, for sharing your views on linguistics and what are the benefits of linguistics. I appreciate all the participants for working very hard with their presentations and giving a very good presentation over here. All of you are praiseworthy, and not only that, you all spoke with confidence. That's really very important. And I'm really, I feel really delighted here to hear your papers, to the way you had worked for your papers and the way you came here and spoke with confidence. It is all really praiseworthy. Thank you so much. Now, towards the end, I call upon a very senior colleague of the department, Dr. Mayank Garg. Dr. Mayank Garg would speak about your papers. Okay, he would what are his impressions? What is his impression? What are his impressions? I must say, in fact, because he would be talking about diverse impressions about your papers, and so they would be guidelines from a veteran professor of the department. Besides, there would be a formal thanksgiving also by Dr. Mayank Garg.
Thank you, Dr. Faruqi, for inviting me to speak here. In a very short notice, you all appeared here, students of undergraduate graduate classes as well as students of PG classes. You were given the topics and you prepared the topics. You worked hard on your topics, and diverse topics like concepts and organs of speech and elements of sentences and linguistics and everything. You covered many things from the first paper, and you spoke with confidence, and you work hard on your topics. Simply listening to the lectures in the classrooms is not enough. So this is a new way of learning, seminars. We conduct seminars in our department every year, and it's a good sign that you take part enthusiastically in these seminars and speak with gusto, with great energy, and you work hard on your topics. So today you also spoke on different topics, and I think that while preparing the papers, you consulted various books and journals and papers and from different resources, internet, etc. And in the process of writing the paper, I think you learnt many more things, and this is more than attending the classes and listening to the lectures, because that is passive kind of learning. You yourself wrote the papers, you came here, you spoke continuously on the topics given to you. This shows that you took great interest in your topics, and you learnt in the classrooms, you learnt from other sources also. This should go on. But since this is almost the end of the session, I don't think there will be more seminars. But from next year, be prepared. We will, begin our seminars from October or November. And I think I would suggest, Dr. Farooqi, that we should, organize these seminars every month, so that there should be active participation. We have English Literature Forum. This forum should be active, and you should take part in the literary activities. You should also suggest what we should do in these forums. You are the members, you are the presidents and secretaries and these things. You should go on doing literary activities in the department. This is a good sign. This is the sign of your dynamism, your enthusiasm, your desire to learn more and more. So this should go on. Only passive listening will not go. By speaking before other students, you will improve your public speaking. Your public speaking skills will be improved drastically if you speak. Simply, these are skills. Speaking is a skill. Listening to others speaking is also a skill. Writing is a skill. These things are skills. These things are not learned through reading only. You should involve in the activities. If you want to become a good listener, try to listen others speaking in different dialects. Different persons speak in different styles, different manners. So while listening to others, you will have command on this skill. If you don't speak in English and you simply listen, you simply read, you simply write, your speaking skills will remain poor. So try to speak as much as is possible for you. Come on the stage, come on the dais or at the podium, speak whatever comes to your mind. Suggest other students, your fellows, your friends to speak as much as is possible. Department is the best platform for you. You should speak in the classrooms. Speak as much as is possible. Write as much as is possible, because if you want to improve your writing skill, this is the only way. You cannot learn writing by reading. You cannot learn writing by speaking fluently. There are many people who are good at spoken English, good at reading. They are fast readers, but they can't write even a single page. Their writing is full of mistakes. So they should write. You should write as much as is possible. As far as exams are concerned, your writing skill is examined in the examinations. Your presentation, your spellings, your paragraph, how you divide the answers into different paragraphs, all these things are checked while assessing the answer books. So you should improve your writing skill. All these 4 skills should be improved. And how can you improve these skills? By actively involving in these, by practicing these 4 things. So you came here, you spoke on different topics. That was nice, and the presentation was, remarkable. Though the pronunciation, because you don't speak regularly, so where you should stop, where should be a comma and stress, all these things, you will improve these things by speaking. Next year you will, these seminars will be conducted regularly. So take part in those seminars and speak as much as possible. in this way you will improve your speaking skill and your public speaking skills also. So that's nice. You came here. Thank you for that. Thank you all for that, and thank you the organizer, the chief organizer. He is the head of the department, so he was very actively busy for preparing this program, and he successfully conducted today's seminar. So I thank him also for this thing. Thank you all for coming here.
डिस्टेंट कर दीजिए वहाँ से, छोड़ दीजिए. Thank you so much, Dr. Mayank Garg.